Good evening, my dear friends. Welcome back once again to my channel. And today I'm again going to discuss about a very important topic. And the topic is about causes of lower back pain and ways to rehabilitate it. And although there are many causes of lower back pain, we'll be discussing only about anterior pelvic tilt, or which aggravates the lower back arch and also aggravates the lordotic arch. So I'll be making this in series because it will be very difficult for me to complete all the things which is basically which causes lower back pain in one episode. So I'll be making it in episodes, and today we'll be discussing only about the APT, or the anterior pelvic tilt. And basically there are a lot of reasons for which causes lower back pain. But the anterior pelvic tilt is the common reason for having lower back pain, and it basically aggravates the lordotic arch. As you can see in the diagram, that it increases the arch of the lower back, and which causes chronic mechanical lower back pain, or also called the CMLBP. And due to this, a lot of people suffer from nagging back pain in their day-to-day life. And people who are basically doing desk job, and during this pandemic, and we are sitting at home and watching TV, movies, we tend to suffer from a lot of lower back pain. And people who are involved with physical activity, if they have this kind of issues, they will not be able to do all other kinds of activities or any kind of exercise without having pain. So in order to know what are the reasons for having lower back pain, we need to understand the issue which causes this pain mainly. So although there are a lot of other reasons which causes lower back pain, but today we will be discussing only about anterior pelvic tilt, or also called the APT. And APT is mainly because it causes because of the rotation of the pelvic joint towards the front, basically. So why this pelvic joint move forward? There are a lot of reasons. And basically, mainly 7 muscles are involved in this, and tightness or dysfunction of this muscle causes this anterior pelvic tilt, and which starts with the psoas major, and next the erector spinae, and next is the rectus femoris, then serratorius, then quadratus lumborum, tensor fasciae latae, and the iliacus muscle. So tightness of these muscles, mainly 7 muscles, causes lower back pain. But today, we'll be discussing only about the psoas major muscle, which is basically, it's a muscle which originates from thoracic 12 or the T12. As you can see in the diagram, this is the T12, and then L1 to L5. Then after that, it attaches into the lesser trochanter of the femur or the thigh bone. So mainly there is a basic relationship between the psoas and the iliacus muscle. That's why it's also called the iliopsoas muscle, because both of them are adjusted nearby and attached into the same joint, the lesser trochanter of the femur or the thigh bone. Basically, the function of the psoas muscle is basically a few in number, and it starts from hip flexion, which is this. Raising your hips upward, as you can see in the diagram, and next is the flexing the trunk on the fixed thighs, like as we do in sit-ups. We're fixing our thighs on a bench, on the sit-up bench, and we keep on doing crunches. Next is increases lordosis. As you can see in the diagram, it pulls the vertebral column anteriorly or forward. And next is lateral flexion, mainly bending the body either to your right or left. Laterally means towards the side. And then it also assists in hip lateral rotation, lifting your knee up and rotating it outwards. So these are some of the functions of the psoas muscle. And there are a lot of pain which basically caused by the tightness or the malfunction of the psoas muscle or the weakness of the psoas muscle. And the most common is the chronic mechanical lower back pain, which is basically being suffered by office goers, who have got a desk job sitting throughout the whole day, and people who have to sit in front of the computer for long hours, they have this kind of pain. But what I've seen in most of the gyms, that if somebody is having a kind of back pain, people tend to do back extension. But let me tell you one thing to all the trainers, that back extension is not the solution for all kind of back pain, because if you do back extension, that definitely is going to aggravate the pain. So there are certain things where we have to avoid back extension, and sometimes we have to go for some other kind of exercises which we will be knowing in this later part of the video. So let's start. So basically, the problems faced during exercise, according to because of the psoas major muscle, is like, when you do deadlift or any kind of barbell rowing, if you tend to arch your back too much, you will suffer from back pain. Your back pain will aggravate. If you are going for a long journey, again it will have back pain. And most common type of weight bearing injury which occurs because of anterior posterior tilt and anterior pelvic tilt, all the increased lordosis, is the compression injury. And if a nerve is trapped, then again the pain might radiate to other parts of the body. So finally, to start any kind of exercise regimen, we need to test the range of motion of the psoas muscle, because any kind of muscles have their own range of motion. So without testing the range of motion of this particular muscle, we will not be able to prescribe rehabilitation or strengthening exercise to our clients. So let's start. So this is basically called the Thomas test, where you have to make the client lie down on this, as you can see in the video, on the plyo box or on the floor. If you do it on the floor, that is called basically called the modified Thomas test, and if you lie on the box or the treatment bench, that is called the original Thomas test. So in this Thomas test, you have to lie down, pull your knee upwards towards your chest, as you can see in the video, and after that, but remember, while pulling the knee towards your chest, you need to tilt your pelvis posteriorly, means not towards the front, towards the back, so that the lordotic arch is diminished. You are lying flat on the bench and you just need to pull. And if you see that if the femur, the other part or the other leg is lying flat on the bench, it means the psoas muscle is okay, the psoas muscle is not tight. It means you are not having any kind of psoas tightness issues. And if the muscles is rising up, it means the psoas muscle is tight. So you have to fix this. And remember, you have to do this exercise in the correct manner, and so that the test is basically specified, and the test, if the test is correct, then only you will be able to do the other exercises properly. So watch this video very closely. I'm trying my level best, and I have done a lot of hard work for making this video. So just have a look into this video. And mainly the problems faced basically during the test is after the test is over, then again you have to go for the manual muscle testing. So during this manual muscle testing, the patient has to, or the client has to lie down on the bench or on the floor, and the legs has to be, as you can see, one leg has to be raised up and has to turn the feet in a 45-degree angle, and the tester will push it, and if the muscle is strong, it will not break, and if the muscle is weak, then it will break. And there is another muscle test which we can do, is by sitting on a bench. And while sitting on the bench, you need to lift your hips up, rotate your knee joint externally, and the trainer will push, and if it's not breaking, then the muscle is strong, otherwise it's weak. So after going through all this range of motion test and the manual muscle test, then we will go for the specific strengthening and rehabilitation exercises. So let's start with the basic exercise, the basic psoas stretching exercise, because until and unless you don't increase the length of the psoas muscle, you will not be able to do the strengthening exercises. So to start with the stretching exercises, to normalize the length of the psoas muscle, we will be doing the lunging. We will be kneeling down on the floor in the lunging position, and we will tilt our hips forward. But remember, our hip hip joint or the pelvic joint have to tilt it posteriorly, and you have to move forward and stretch, as you can see in the video. And the next is the seated test. You can sit on a chair also and do this test as shown in the video. And also you can do this exercise by kneeling on the chair, and at the same time you can stretch your quadriceps also. So these are some of the few exercises for stretching the psoas muscle. And another exercise which is like lying down in the prone position by facing down, pull one leg and extend your upper back, grab your arm, the quadriceps, the ankle joint with the other hand, and raise your body up. So these are some of the stretching exercises for the psoas muscle, which is going to help you increase in the range of motion of the muscle. Then we can, after this exercise is done, we can think about the strengthening exercises. So to start with the strengthening exercises, we can do the hip flexor exercises as shown in the video. You can do it in the hip flexor exercises, or you can go for the sit-up or the crunches. Basically sit-up and crunches are basically for the hip flexor muscles. So hip flexor muscles gets basically strengthened with these exercises. And if you keep on doing these exercises for a few days, definitely you will get the benefit. Your back pain will be relieved, and you will not have any kind of back issue in the future. So friends, if you like the video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe my channel. My channel's name is Bhumani Singha, and that's it for today. And from the next time, I will be coming up with more videos. Thank you. Thanks for watching.